Hey, welcome to another video. This is going to be a short one. I just wanted to share my 2 cents on the widespread panic and chaos in the world having to do with the coronavirus. I know everyone is like going crazy and I get it. I mean, it's a thing. I'm not trying to downplay that, but what I've been thinking about the last couple of days is if people went as crazy about, leaving any regrets when they die, leaving things left undone, right? Messages that haven't been said or things that they wanted to create that they didn't create. If they had as much like energy around that, right? Not dying with regrets as they do about this coronavirus thing, I think everyone would be a lot happier and the world would be a lot better place. On my own journey in the last handful of years, I've been thinking about that a lot. And ever since I started to do what was in my heart, for me, even many years prior, I've always wanted a talk show for maybe 25 years. I love talking to people. So the fact that I've launched that and that I have the Enhancing the Human Experience podcast and I talk to amazing people and I share a lot of my truth and I speak, what's in my heart. I mean, I love it. And I will, when I die, when I leave this world, I will not have that regret any longer. And the fact that I've shared some of the things that I've shared and books that I've written, hopefully will help people on their journey, and hopefully sharing some of the knowledge and experiences that I've had will help other people. And, doing what's inside of me, creating the Focus and Flow product and apparel line. That was a heart-centered project and something that I wanted to do. And I have a bunch more things in the pipeline now that my channel is open and I don't overthink things as much as I used to. And I don't worry what people are going to think as much as I used to. Granted, I'm nowhere near perfect in that arena by any stretch of the imagination. I still care what people think about me, but I don't let it determine what I do so much as I used to, right? I mean, and I think that's part of the process. But again, as I look around in the world and I see people kind of in fear mode of dying from the coronavirus or catching the coronavirus and potentially dying. And I just think to myself, gosh, I mean, my biggest fear is dying with regret. And the more and more that I let out into the world and express myself and speak my truth and do the things I want to do in the world and leave everything here in the material plane that I want to leave here, right? The less and less I fear death. And honestly, I don't care about death anymore. I mean, I know it's going to happen, and it doesn't matter whether it happens tomorrow or 50 years from now. I've been on the path for, X number of years of sharing what wants to come through me. And so I honestly don't care about death. And when I talk with other friends of mine, I always say that as soon as you step one step on the path that's your heart path, that gives you meaning and fulfillment in the world, and you do the thing that is really scary to do, if you step one path on the hero's journey, which we're all on the hero's journey, whether we know it or not. For many years I didn't know I was on the hero's journey. When you step one path on, in my mind, you're already succeeded, because taking the first step is always the hardest thing in my mind, the hardest step to take. And so I don't care about death anymore. I know it's going to happen, and when it does, I hope it's quick. Obviously, I don't want it to be painful, but I honestly don't care about it, and I don't let it consume my consciousness. And so I just look around at people and I'm like, gosh, yeah, the coronavirus may be a thing and maybe it's really dangerous, but it's certainly not my biggest fear in the world. And so I just wanted to share that with you for what it's worth. I hope you're well. I hope that you are, maintaining your composure and your perspective in this time. Who knows what's going to be happening in the future? I guess time will tell, but I just wanted to share that with you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. I've got some new changes coming for Enhancing the Human Experience podcast. I'll give you a little teaser for what that is. I'm moving a lot more towards video interviews using video interview software so that we can capture people from anywhere they are in the world. So I'm excited for that. I've got a couple that I'm editing right now, ready to share them with you very soon, and that's an exciting change. Also kind of redoing the music score, intro, outro for Enhancing Human Experience podcast, and of course rolling out a bunch more products, courses, stuff like that. So all designed to help you on your journey. One last thing before I leave you, if you haven't picked up Tools for Conscious Creators and want them, that is the collection of tools. Some of them work on the mind, some of them work on the heart, to get you into action, to help you maintain perspective as a conscious creator, to create the things that you want to create in this world. That's the whole idea. My purpose with the channel, with all of my content, is to help people get what they want, including the good feelings that they want, but also to help you create the things that you want to create in this world and create the business and lifestyle that you like. I believe that we all have something, a gift, that the world would be a better place if we share that gift, and you are the only one who knows what that is. When you tune into what's going on inside of you and what wants to come through you and express it, then you make the world a little bit better for having done so. And I should say, one of the documents in Tools for Conscious Creators is Stephen Pressfield's The Artist's Life, and that is just a short snippet. It's one page in the back of The War of Art, I believe. It's either that or one of his other books, but I think it is The War of Art. And it speaks to the fact that we're creators, and if we don't create our thing, we spite the angels, we spite other people, and we spite ourselves because we're not doing what we came here to do. So that's one of the tools in that packet. There's also the story of the Rainmaker by Carl Jung, which I think is another great story about aligning ourselves with the divine so that we can create what we want to create, and even just living in that state of alignment, because then we're in harmony with abundance and prosperity and everything that we want. When we're out of harmony, that's when all the bad things happen. Well, quote unquote bad things happen. Undesirable things, right? So there's stories like that, but a bunch of other tools. These are tools that I picked up on my journey that help me stay focused on what I am, what I'm here to do, keep my head in the game, take action even when I don't feel like taking action, whether it's making a video or creating a piece of content, something like that, that keeps me focused. Because the action is when the fun part happens, right? It's not fun thinking about taking the action. It can be fun thinking about taking the action, but the real fun is actually opening ourselves, getting in the flow, and taking that action. That's when life is really fun. That's why I think we came here that's what I think we came here to experience as spiritual beings. Having a human experience is the action, because we can't have that if we're just spiritual beings. That's what spiritual beings lose out on, is the physical experience of taking that action, connecting with one another, turning thoughts to things, making things, building things. So those are the kind of things that these Tools for Conscious Creators, what they're designed to help you do. I hope this video finds you well. Until next time, all the best, health, wealth, and success. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.